I'm Kate Andrews, and here's a look at what is going on this week in the news. And we begin at the Vatican. Making good on the invitation he had extended during his trip to the Holy Land, Pope Francis prayed for peace in the Middle East alongside Israeli President Shimon and Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, June 8th at the Vatican. The ceremony lasted about an hour and 45 minutes and was also attended by Ecumenical Patriarch Bartholomew of Constantinople. Catholic News Service has scenes from the historic meeting.
وَإِن تُبْدُوا مَا فِي أَنفُسِكُمْ أَوْ تُخْفُوهُ يُحَاسِبْكُم بِهِ اللَّهُ فَيَغْفِرُ لِمَن يَشَاءُ وَيُعَذِّبُ مَن يَشَاءُ.
Per fare la pace ci vuole coraggio, molto di più che per fare la guerra. Ci vuole coraggio per dire sì all'incontro e no allo scontro, sì al dialogo e no alla violenza, sì al negoziato e no alle ostilità, sì al rispetto dei patti e no alle provocazioni, sì alla sincerità e no alla doppiezza. Per tutto questo ci vuole coraggio, grande forza di animo. La storia ci insegna che le nostre forze non bastano. Più di una volta siamo stati vicini alla pace, ma il maligno con diversi mezzi è riuscito a impedirla. Per questo siamo qui, perché sappiamo e crediamo che abbiamo bisogno dell'aiuto di Dio. Non rinunciamo alle nostre responsabilità, ma invochiamo Dio come atto di suprema responsabilità di fronte alle nostre coscienze e di fronte ai nostri popoli. Abbiamo sentito una chiamata e dobbiamo rispondere. La chiamata a spezzare la spirale dell'odio e della violenza, a spezzarla con una sola parola: fratello. Ma per dire questa parola dobbiamo alzare tutti lo sguardo al cielo e riconoscersi figli di un solo Padre.
In his remarks, Israeli President Perez said that he will never forget the families who suffer the cost of war and said he will never stop acting for peace. He asked everyone to join hands and to make peace happen. Palestinian President Abbas also said that Palestinians want peace for themselves and for their neighbors. The Vatican spokesman, Father Federico Lombardi, said the event with Christians, Muslims, and Jews praying in each other's presence was almost certainly the first of its kind at the Vatican. At the end of the ceremony, the Pope, Patriarch, and the two presidents kissed each other on both cheeks, then took up shovels and added dirt to the base of a newly planted olive tree. In news from around the world, the Catholic bishops of Ukraine have released a message thanking people around the world for their prayers for peace for their country and asked people to keep them coming. The message from the Permanent Synod of Bishops of the Ukrainian Catholic Church said the nation's people have had their cultural and ecclesial traditions violated brutally. But the bishops were thankful for the grace that has poured down upon the country, calling it miraculous that in the face of corruption and government repression, that millions of citizens have demonstrated peacefully. The message was issued after the June meeting of the Synod. Back to news from the Vatican. Pope Francis met the Prime Minister of Japan at the Vatican recently. During the customary exchange of gifts, the political leader gave His Holiness a very unusual item. Room Reports has more.
Pope Francis met with Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe at the Vatican's Apostolic Palace. During their brief meeting, they exchanged their thoughts on peace in Asia and nuclear disarmament. Afterward, Abe introduced several members of his government to the Pope. But the highlight was a traditional gift exchange between the two. The Japanese leader gave the Pope a magic mirror. At first glance, it appears to be normal, but when exposed to light, it displays an image of Christ and a cross. Early Japanese Christians used the mirror when they were persecuted.
Loro hanno tenuto questo specchio per nascondere la loro fede, però mettendo la luce sullo specchio,
The Prime Minister didn't hesitate to show the Pope the mirror trick. He also gave the Pope paintings of Paul V with Hasekura Tsunenaga, a converted samurai that visited the Vatican 400 years ago. For his part, Pope Francis gave Abe a different medallion than the ones he usually gives visiting world leaders. Shinzo Abe stopped at the Vatican 2 days after the G7 meeting ended in Brussels. As they said goodbye, the Pope asked for prayers, to which the Prime Minister responded with a formal Japanese acknowledgement.
Well, that is all the information we have for you at this time. I'm Kate Andrews. Don't forget, you can keep up to date on Catholic news throughout the week with Catholic Newsbreak right here on the Catholic TV Network.